facing the police every single day.
Our view. City has little recourse in sign code. Our position, Punta Gorda City Council should have known their sign code ordinance was weak. Andrew Sheets likes to make people uncomfortable. He will admit it. His avowed defense of First Amendment rights often rubs people the wrong way and crosses lines that many, including the members of the Punta Gorda City Council, find offensive and obscene, if not criminal. That led to numerous complaints from citizens when Sheets showed up at public events or on street corners with signs using the F word and other nasty language. Parents were incensed if his antics were witnessed by children, especially young children. They had every right to be angry. What they didn't have was the right to put Sheets in jail, fine him and put a lien on his home. But that's what happened after the city drew up a sign ordinance that made it an offense to use certain language on signs and flags etc. in public. The Daily Sun reported this week how Sheets sued Punta Gorda after he received 8 citations, was fined $2,500 and had a lien placed on his home for not paying the fines. He was also arrested twice for violating the ordinance and spent time in jail. A circuit court judge has ruled the sign code ordinance violated Sheets' constitutional rights. The city could appeal the decision. After all, it's likely going to cost taxpayers some money. Sheets told the Daily Sun the city has already spent about $80,000 to defend his suit against the ordinance. But attorney David Levin, wisely performing his duty, told city council members an appeal would likely be futile. Instead, he suggested if council members were intent on keeping some sort of code, that they address the language in the ordinance and try to rewrite it. In Tuesday's Daily Sun story, city manager Greg Murray said there's a conflict in interpretation of words in the Punta Gorda ordinance. Some words can be used as a verb and an adjective in a non-sexual content, he said. Where the same word can be used in sexual content. And if we were able to completely differentiate those two, our ordinance may be somewhat enforceable in that context, but how do you do that when if someone is using something as a verb it's a freedom of speech issue as opposed to the other, which is very difficult, very tenuous to even discuss. Murray suggested city attempt a new position on how the sign ordinance is enforced. Meanwhile, the possibility of the city having to defend itself in a suit filed by Sheets seems to be up in the air. Sheets' attorney sent Levin a settlement request making some demands. The city's outside attorney, in Miami, said he and Levin believe a settlement could be agreed upon. But, Sheets may or may not be ready to let bygones be bygones. He said he wants all criminal charges dropped and wants to make someone pay for the time he spent in jail. The ordinance, the arrest, the original incident that led to the city's action made a mess that should have, been avoided. The First Amendment has proven difficult, if not impossible, to get around over and over again. If the city plans to revise its ordinance, it would be wise to make sure any new language is put under the microscope by a lawyer who has extensive experience in First Amendment suits. And, even then, the hoped-for antidote to Sheets' annoying actions may never be found. Copyright Suncoast Media Group, Inc., edition October 31, 2022. Powered by TIME2.
There has been so much publicity recently about incidents on college campuses where speakers are shouted down, shut down, violently disrupted. Do they have a right to be protected from these kinds of shout downs, which are called the heckler's veto? My name is Nadine Strawson. I am a professor of constitutional law at New York Law School and the former head of the American Civil Liberties Union. Do you have a right to engage in a heckler's veto and to stop somebody whose ideas you hate from expressing those ideas? The answer to that question is no. The heckler's veto violates the speaker's First Amendment free speech rights. The so-called heckler's veto also violates the First Amendment rights of audience members who want to hear that unpopular message. And it's very interesting to note that the Supreme Court came up with the concept of an illegal heckler's veto in the context of the 1960s civil rights movement. Today, we usually see the heckler's veto wielded in an attempt to suppress racist or other hate-mongering speech. It's really important to know that it is a neutral concept that often, and from its beginning, has been used to protect the speech of civil rights activists. Back in the 1960s, when in many parts of the country, Martin Luther King and other civil rights activists had messages that were deeply unpopular and controversial, government officials tried to stop them from speaking and from demonstrating, arguing that there would be violent disruption by people who disagreed with their messages. And in fact, there was violent disruption. Rocks were thrown, bottles were thrown, people were injured. And the United States Supreme Court said this constitutes an illegal heckler's veto. Government must use all of its available resources to prevent the violence. So, in a nutshell, do those who disagree with, object to, do they have a right to exercise a so-called heckler's veto? No! A heckler's veto violates very important First Amendment rights. My name is Nadine Strawson. Thank you for listening to Talks on Law.
Go stand somewhere else, dude. Go stand somewhere else.
This is free speech, man. Abortion is bad.
Hey, you talk about a police state, right? Police,
right.
But you're wearing a fucking mask mandate. You're
Right.
wearing a mask.
Yeah.
Told by the government.
I'm afraid of getting COVID. I'm afraid of getting COVID. You might have a disease.
You're a walking hypocrite.
You might have a disease.
You really are a walking hypocrite.
You might have a disease. Yes.
And you talk about screw the police.
Yes.
You realize
Yes.
you're following police rules.
Yes.
But you're saying screw the police.
Yes.
None of
That is
that's
correct. Yes.
So therefore, you don't realize
Yes.
proper reasoning.
Exactly. Yeah. Other than free speech, you are correct. Yes, free speech. Thank you. So are you saying you did it? Are you saying you know? Are you saying you're covering for a felony criminal? Are you saying you're covering for a felony criminal?
The only reason why I'm on.
Are you covering for a felony criminal? Are you covering for a felony criminal? Are you covering for a felony criminal?
I don't know your name, but I fucking
Are you? It's called a sidewalk.
Go somewhere
We
else!
will.
We don't want
I
you
can
here!
have free speech.
Go somewhere else! We
Go
don't
to
want
Nazi
you here!
Germany.
Go
Go to
somewhere
Nazi
else!
Germany. Jesus.
I'm all for freedom of speech.
started to kill black people. It was started to kill black people. It was started to. I'm gonna stay right here.
You're saying you're racist now because it all started because of black people?
Yes.
Is that what I heard?
Yes.
So you're basically a racist.
Aren't you glad you didn't abort your kid? 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 Hey, we got a problem here.
What are you standing up for?
For free? I'm against abortion. Legally protesting. Legally protesting.
Come to the school and be a fucking cocksucker.
Legally protesting.
You like to be a fucking racist.
Legally protesting. Correct. Yeah. Yeah. Wait a minute. You gotta get the picture. He's for killing babies. She's for killing babies too. You're for killing babies. He's for killing babies. That's good that you didn't abort. That's correct. That's good you didn't abort. That's good that you didn't abort. That's good that you didn't abort. That's good that you didn't abort. Hey, social distancing. Social distancing, buddy.
Fuck the government, bro.
Social distancing, man.
Why worry about the police state, dog?
Social distancing. Social distancing. Get the fuck away! Get the fuck! This is my space! Get the fuck away! This is my space! Get the fuck away! You are causing harm! You are causing harm! You are causing harm! You are causing harm!
I love John Kennedy.
There you go. You are causing harm! You are causing harm! You are causing harm! You are causing harm! You're hey! Hey! Hello! You are causing harm! Yes, you are. You're in my space. You're in the road. You're hurt. You're doing damage to my right here. Right here. Right here. Dude, get the bullhorn out of my face. Hey. He damaged my hearing doing that.
Shut up.
He damaged my hearing. Now I can't really. I can't say he just damaged my hearing.
I've been watching you. You're out here causing this problem.
This is legally protesting. You should be ashamed of yourself for being un-American.
Come on. Where's your car at, Andrew?
Dude, I am
Where's your car at?
Don't fucking touch my
Where's
son.
your car at?
Dude.
Go to your car. Go to your car.
I am legally protesting.
You don't want that in front of little kids.
I am legally
Let's
protesting.
Go.
Dude, you're violating my civil rights?
Take it up with the court.
Did you hear him say this?
Go ahead.
Did you hear? Dude, get the fuck out of my space, man.
Where's your car?
Get the fuck out of my space.
Get away from the kids.
I can fucking live.
Let's go. Let's go.
Dude.
Go to your car. Wherever your car is.
Hey, Anthony, can you get the supervisor?
Go to your car.
Get the supervisor. He's touching my shit.
Go to your car.
He's touching my shit.
You're not going to harass these kids.
This is not harassing. This is.
You're stopping traffic.
I am not stopping traffic. Bullshit.
Go.
I am legally protesting.
Then protest away from the school.
I can quit fucking touching my shit, man.
Go.
I got a shoe. I got a shoe.
Get your shoes. Get your shoes. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
And you're telling me to leave why?
I'm telling you because you're causing a disturbance.
I am not.
You're stopping traffic.
I did not.
I'm not here for no reason.
I did not. I did not.
Watch the pole. Watch the pole, Andrew.
I did not.
Andrew, don't call me cop. It's Detective Delgado. You got it on your camera. Let's go. Come on.
Quit fucking touching me!
Get away from here.
Fuck you!
I don't care, whatever. You think that's going to hurt me? Watch the pose. Let's go. Let's go. You're not going to be over here terrorizing these kids.
Terrorizing?
Come on, let's go.
I am fucking waiting for people, ass fuck.
You're not going to terrorize these kids. You protest all you want over here, but you're not going to be in front of that school.
Seriously?
You heard me? You got me on camera? What, you think I'm worried about that dog on camera? You really think I care about that camera? Let's go. Go to your car.
Wow.
Wow, nothing. Don't go back to that school.
I'm trying to cross the street and you are fucking assaulting me, ass.
Whatever. Hold on. Let this idiot cross.
Wow, you're the one that's a fucking Nazi.
You don't even know what it is to serve.
Oh, for the founding fathers, you stupid.
here.
Fuck you!
You're out of here. Get out.
Fuck you!